Thanks to the supporters of channel member Owen Bellamy. Barcelona and a Champions League game. Easy peasy. And I didn't do any panic signings at the end of the transfer window. Hello, welcome to Club 5, part 13 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have games against Barcelona in La Liga and Leipzig in the Champions League. Since you're last with me, as you can see, we've been doing really rather well. Apart from there, we'll ignore the fact that we dropped a point there. Well, I mean, it's a similar story. We had this same story last year and went on to win La Liga, so I'm not going to be too concerned, but little early habits of away games against teams we should be beating, not getting beaten. But we did manage to win all of our home games, and we've got off to a winning start in the Champions League, including Damien getting his first goals for the club, but then unfortunately getting injured. It's been a slow start to life at Real Madrid for Damien. He started the season injured, got into the team, looked off the pace a little, but then grabbed those 2 Champions League goals and got injured in the same game, and we've not seen him since. Hopefully, we'll see some Damien in today's episode. This is the league situation. We're top of the table, 14 points on the board. As you can see, in the absence of Damien, Koulibaly and Adeyemi are certainly doing their bit, and our Champions League group is looking good as well. 1 game gone, we're top of the group, a group that contains AEK, Leipzig and Feyenoord. So it should be a group that we are more than capable of topping. Transfer-wise, obviously the transfer window did close. We didn't bring anybody else in. We did let Jan go out on loan to Genoa for the rest of the season. I think that was the only other transfer in addition to what we'd already done. So we do have quite the chunk of transfer kitty looking ahead for January if we can find a way to use it. But at the moment, I'm pretty happy with what we've got. This is the team we're going to put out there for the La Liga game against Barcelona. We're going with Silva in goal, a back 4 of Marina, Atundi, Mikhailov and Rafalski. Fontaine at the base of the midfield, Bell and Delgado ahead of him, and then Lopez behind Koulibaly and Adeyemi, who are once again forming a pretty decent partnership up front. So I'm not that alarmed that we've not really seen much of Damien yet. We know Damien's going to be good when he eventually sorts his fitness out and gets himself a run in the team. But until then, Adeyemi has certainly still got enough about him to grab himself a few goals, and Koulibaly has just been excellent so far this season. So we're not concerned. Barcelona have had a little bit of a slow start to the season, so they're going to be looking to thump us here. They're going to be looking to beat us, to get themselves back to where they would expect to be, and that is a very risky challenge to make when you're playing away against Barcelona. Sliding tackle in the penalty area, we have got away with it, but less of that, please. That was just terrifying. Interesting to see Sandro Tonali still playing regularly for Barcelona in central midfield, who, when I had him at Norwich 2 years ago, you lot were all telling me he was old and past it. Clearly not, because he's still definitely doing a job for Barcelona. But 25 minutes gone here. Very little has happened so far. We've not had a shot on target so far. I guess we'd be happy with a draw here. Like I just said, we've been a little bit iffy with our away form to start this season off, as we were last year. So I think to come here and not get battered this season would be quite nice. We got thumped away against Barcelona last year, but did eventually pip them to the title. I'd quite like to avoid any kind of thumping this season, please, although it's them who are on the attack again, and we need somebody to step up and get a tackle in here. Molina playing out of position again at left back, because we don't really have a backup left back. It is the area we really need to look to strengthen, but we just can't find anybody that we like the look of that is going to get the job done and fit nicely into the squad. Tonali doing what Tonali does there with a lovely through ball, and it is in between the left back and the left-sided centre back. It's the area I'm literally just describing as the weakness in the squad, and I mean, that's where they've done us. I think it is. Yeah, it's between. Is that Molina? Yeah, that's Molina. We're playing very, very... Or Marina, not Molina. Do I normally call... I feel like I've been calling him Molina all the way through. But Marina, we played... That back four was very, very narrow there. He's gone much wider again here, but There were two Barcelona players wider than him there. Not quite sure what had gone on with our defence as part of that attack, but we are 1-0 down, so I think that probably is my cue to go a little bit more attacking. Marina does win the ball back there, and Koulibaly with a lovely through ball to Lopez. Anything Tonali can do, Koulibaly can do better. Unfortunately, we didn't have anyone in there to apply the finish the way the Barcelona guy had done previously. We're going to demand more. We have been very, very slow to get going in this game. An hour in, we still only had one shot on target. We really need to sort ourselves out now and get some kind of attack going. But Barcelona are the ones moving the ball forward again, looking for the cross. It is blocked there this time, and Fontaine nice and tidily clearing stuff up. I am certainly coming around to the idea of Fontaine, which is just as well 9 months after I spent £60 million on him. I've finally decided I actually quite like him. Marina's done well there, trying to slide it through to Koulibaly. Unfortunately, the pass is a little overhit, but Koulibaly's got it back, and now Lopez playing it through to Adeyemi. What a pass to Adeyemi. And unfortunately, once again, he's not got the finish. Is Damien on the bench today? I don't think he's not fit enough to even be on the bench. We really, really need, and it's the same story as last year, we really, really need a clinical striker. Koulibaly and Adeyemi are great at padding their numbers against the dross in this division. We can smash the dross all day long. But you play against a big team, you need a top-level striker, and we just haven't got one. Right, we're going to bring on Speyer at right back. We're also going to bring on Bruno to play up front, which is not ideal. He has played there a few times, but it shows how light we are in the attacking positions. We had to call another youngster up from the under-18s who clearly is never going to be that great, but he's been called up into the first team squad again. So there's certainly things we need to do transfer-wise that we haven't done. It's just, I'm finding it very difficult to get my scouts to bring me in players that meet the brilliant criteria of affordable and will actually improve us. And I don't want to do, maybe I went a little bit too wary trying to avoid the panic signings that we brought in January. We brought in half a dozen players, most of which weren't any better than what we already had. And even now, the likes of Bruno, Fontaine, they're not really, they're only just now starting to break into the team. And that's only 2 of the 6 that we brought in. Most of the rest of them have been moved on again already, and they were just a waste of money. So I'm trying to avoid doing that kind of signing, but I do think we're probably in a situation where, again, we need numbers in the squad. Our scouting is supposedly the best in La Liga. We have been working on getting a decent scouting setup up and running. We're not as rich as I hoped we would be when we left Norwich looking for mega money. But then at the end of the day, we spent £100 million on him in the summer. So I say we're not as rich as we're meant to be. He was a useful signing to be able to make. And that is a lovely goal from Delgado. It's 1-1. And we will absolutely take this. We talked about it before. We're always going to take a draw away against Barcelona. And Delgado using his pace and his direct running there to burst through. And now with 20 minutes left in the game still, we are the team in the ascendancy. So if we could go and grab a winner, that'd be really rather splendid. We've got a corner here. It's going to be an in-swinger from Delgado. He loves aiming for that far post with these corners. This time he's actually gone near post. Oh, the man confuses me with his set pieces. Delgado plays it into Adeyemi, and I think he's offside. He looked quite offside there. The ref is consulting with the man who lives inside his ear, and I imagine it is about to be ruled out for offside. It was a lovely finish from Adeyemi, and it is disallowed. Never mind, eh? Don't need to see a replay of it. Makes me sad, knowing what could have been. And now, with 4 minutes to go, it's Barcelona on the attack. They start with a throw-in. I will be very upset if we lose from here, especially because I'm still on an attacking instruction. We're going for it, and we probably shouldn't be. We're away against Barcelona. In fact, now I've noticed it, let's drop down to positive. It's probably going to be too little too late, isn't it? It's still showing as attacking until it goes through at the end of this highlight, and now we need to go back to attacking. And unless the ref's got his finger in his ear again, are we going to have a goal disallowed at the other end as well now? I think it would only be fair. He just disallowed one of ours, disallow one of theirs as well, or it's favouritism. Favouritism, I see. I see. Right, we're going to demand more. We've gone back to attacking, but I think we are losing out to a late goal here and just once again losing out to lack of strength and depth in the squad, which I'm not sure how much longer I can carry on singing that song when I've been here over a year now and I've had 3 transfer windows. But we have won La Liga. We're up there and thereabouts again. The big 3 all up there. I think we'll be fine this season. We've done better away against Barcelona this year than we did last year. And of course, the focus this year is the Champions League anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Well, Mikkel is fit to return for the Leipzig game, but everyone who was injured other than him is still injured. So Vitor is still out for another 3 weeks. Damien out for another 10 days. Manser out for another 3 weeks. Backup goalkeeper Lutovac out for another 4 weeks. Or I guess he's third choice goalkeeper now, so we don't need to worry too much about him. But we are a little bit light on options. Hopefully we don't get too many matches too close together. I would like to think, regardless, we're going to be good enough to get past Leipzig. They are, I'll confess, I haven't looked. I know they're not the best team in Germany, because obviously that's Bayern Munich, who are consistently winning Bundesliga, winning the Champions League, or being there or thereabouts in the Champions League. So they're not Bayern Munich level, which means we should be better than them because we're Real Madrid. We're La Liga champions. We're actually joint favourites for the Champions League this year with Bayern Munich, according to the pre-season odds. So the fact that we've leapt above Manchester City, who won it last year, Paris Saint-Germain, who've been the thorn in my side for years, we're above Norwich. All of that suggests we should be in with a pretty good shout of a Champions League win this year. And all of that counts for nothing if we go 1-0 down against Leipzig inside the first 20 minutes, like we just have. Oh, goody gumdrops. Oh, dear. We talked yesterday about whether or not the diamond is dead. I wonder. It's not that I've got much of an option to do anything about it at this stage. It would involve a transfer window or 2, switching this system around to work with something with wide players, which is not ideal. I mean, I guess we could push Adeyemi out wide, but we really need Damien back to be able to do that. This is a disaster. Bell, of course, can play wide as well. There's an argument for playing Delgado out there, although I think he's just too valuable in central midfield at the moment. But I guess if we were to switch to a 4-2-3-1, the only logical destination for Delgado is on one of the wings. This has been a disastrous start, though. Leipzig have just come here and I don't even know how to describe what they've done to us. We're a little bit shell-shocked. 2-0 down. Inside half an hour, I've gone attacking. I'm demanding more, but I'm looking at my bench thinking, well, we don't really have much to change it with if this isn't working. We've got a very one-dimensional squad. Whose fault's that? So it certainly doesn't feel like something that's my fault. We've built a squad around a tactic because we didn't have... we've ultimately not had loads of money to spend since I've been here. We couldn't have a squad of 25 players who can play in multiple different systems and positions because we couldn't afford to do it because of all the stupid salaries that were already here. I'm back to blaming the fullbacks again. It's taken a year, but we've come full circle. I'm back to blaming these fullbacks. They're great, but between the two of them, they're earning nearly £1 million a week. And it's ridiculous. And we're 3-0 down, and I'm not very happy. Mikkel injured, so Atundi can come on for him. This has not been a good start to this match, has it? I have been training for as long as I've been here 2 other tactics. I just don't know that we've got the personnel to do either of them. Adeyemi, I mean, he is a striker. He can play on the wing, and that's the problem. We've got a lot of players like that. I mean, Fontaine could go there. Delgado. He's a left footer, so if we play him on the right, and then Adeyemi up front, Koulibaly in there, and then I guess something like that might work. Lopez is the one that doesn't fit that. I guess Lopez could go back into central midfield and Bell can go out there. So Bell can then be an inside forward. We can have an inside forward there as well. Adeyemi's an advanced forward. He can do that. We've obviously got to attack as well. It's not ideal for it's not ideal for any of them. There's a lot of players there playing in positions that aren't really their natural positions. But we just got to try something different. They've ripped us apart out wide. And it's something I'm noticing more and more post-update. If you get a team that are good out wide, they now destroy the narrow teams, whereas it used to be the other way around. The narrow team would have the big advantage. Oh, it's upsetting the way these match engine changes make such a difference to a save that's in progress. We build a team around a system that works, then all of a sudden it stops working, and you have to build an entirely new team. When you're trying to do a save based on realism, that does make it more challenging, because what's the realism explanation for what's going on here? Oh, for whatever reason, the gravitational shift of the planet has meant that narrow systems are suddenly far less effective in world football. So we're having to completely change the system that won us La Liga last year and got Norwich to a Champions League semi-final, and disgusting. Right, Delgado. I'm interested to see how he gets on out wide. Like I say, it's not the role he's come in to do, and if I was him, I'd be a little bit upset about being asked to play there, but that was quite nice football. I think Adeyemi is offside again, which just seems to be a little bit of a theme with him. The man can't keep himself onside. And there's another example of it. The man can't keep himself onside. We need Damien back. We need Manser back. Manser would be perfect in this system. He is naturally a winger who we've been playing up front. So Manser's perfect to put out there. But he's injured. We've got Florentino, the young winger, who can obviously go out there. But I don't know that we necessarily want to go with a youngster when we've got all these world superstars. Oh, this is baffling. How are Leipzig... I need to go and have a look at the Bundesliga after this game. Are Leipzig suddenly the best team in Europe? What has gone on here? They are top of Bundesliga at the moment. Maybe I should have checked. Pre-game. Bayern Munich fallen off massively. Leipzig did finish second last year. Benny McCarthy, manager of Leipzig. What a career he's had. Starts the save at Amazulu, who are in South Africa. Moved on to become Ivory Coast manager after 3 years away. So he had 3 years, presumably got sacked. Ivory Coast manager, then Nigeria manager, then ended up at Porto, Inter, back at Porto, and now at Leipzig, doing wonders. He's been there a year and has turned them into a team that's doing this to Real Madrid. I am sad. I don't know how to express my emotions. What is going on here? So we've got Carrera, Bruno, Florentino, who are attacking players on the bench. I guess if we're playing this system, we've got to give Florentino a try. So Florentino, who is a left-footed natural winger. Let's get him out there being a left-footed natural winger and give him a chance. And then Bruno, Koulibaly's shattered, so Bruno can just come on and play in there. But this has been a nightmare. We should still get through the group. I don't have any doubts that we get through the group because we're much better than Feyenoord and AEK. But I feel like probably need to show you the other Leipzig game. Now, normally during the group stages, I try and show you one from each opponent. But I think we'll probably do the next Leipzig game as well. We'll drop one of those other two. We'll figure something out, make it look like it makes sense, and see how we get on against Leipzig in the return fixture. We do finally have a goal back, but I say that, I think Adeyemi's offside again. He is doing his very best to frustrate me, Adeyemi. Has he managed to stay on this time? He actually has. Goodness me. Florentino did good work there. Let's not disregard the good work of Florentino. What we have seen as well is that Delgado didn't work on the right wing. So Delgado has got to play centrally. It makes me potentially lean towards a 4-3-3 rather than a 4-2-3-1. because then you can have Koulibaly and Delgado in midfield. But he does then rule out some of the other world-class, elite-level central midfielders we've got. Ultimately, I touched on it earlier in the game, the squad isn't set up to play anything other than a diamond, and now we're a long way from a transfer window. It'll be fine. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.